what exactly can this new GPT 5.2 model able to do for us? Well, that is going to be the question we're going to be exploring in today's video. And as always, my name is Oprelia AI. So the GPT 5.2 comes with a couple of different changes. First of all, it's actually more economically feasible compared to the older model. So it's basically using less money in terms of the computing. And it seems to be also faster than the older one. In some of the categories, it has a slight, advantage over 5.1. But for example, in the knowledge work task, it's almost twice as good as the older model. So there has been some significant upgrades on this. Some people are not satisfied and kind of let down by the new model, but everybody has obviously their preferences. Now, obviously, we know that the GPT can do your math homework, it can do calculations, stuff like that. So we're going to be looking into more of the deeper stuff that it's basically able to do on this thing, and that's very important for us. Like, what are the true limitations of the thinking, and what type of things it can really do beyond just text and arranging text for us, and obviously doing, things. So one of the things is obviously simulation. So here's the ocean wave simulation. This is like very impressive. It's just like one of those 3D aspects that is now available, so you can import like an image into it, and you can basically make it a viewable, like a castle or a temple. You can do that. It has also a holiday, builder card. So you want to do something, send a birthday invitation, marriage, whatever types of stuff. So it's able to do kind of cool stuff right now in terms of like this base type of things. And then there's also games, which we're going to be exploring a lot in today's video. So there's definitely a lot of things that have been, obviously some of these things have been available on the older versions and some other things, but we're going to be kind of seeing like what is it able to basically do right now. And also there's some, they just dropped out the GPT image 1.5, which we're probably going to be reviewing tomorrow if time forbids. So let's kind of look into some of the things. So first of all, I did ask it to do like recreate Windows 97 interface, the menu, and the end results were not really that good. So it did actually follow and create Paint, MS Word, Calculator, Netscape into here. But basically, it's not really working the way it should. And you can get these as HTML files, which is pretty good in my opinion. But nothing here is interactable. I've seen versions where people were able to actually make it work, so kudos for them. I was not able to do it. I also tried this with, hey, try to do Linux, and this is basically what I got. So not exactly what I was looking for, but it was able to somehow, okay, this button can be pushed, but it's not doing anything. And then there's some couple other things. I think this is supposed to be time, which is not able to do either. But some of the better results are actually like I asked to do Pac-Man, and this was very impressive in my opinion. The keyboard and the inputs like don't actually work the way they should, but it has like sounds and everything. The ghosts are not moving, but this is like pretty impressive. We have seen people to do like Minecraft simulators and things like that, but it's like able to like show score here and so our lives, the level, the mode, and how many pellets there are left. But in terms of like getting the actual actual inputs for the controls, it's having a really hard time on, like, it's moving the cursor correctly, but in terms of the movement, it's just like, oh, now it's actually stuck whole. So you can also restart it obviously, and it's just weird. But one of the things, I still think it's fairly impressive, even though it's not like doing exactly everything that it should. Other thing that it can do, it also can do like roguelite dungeons. So this is something like it's like an RPG. So it's able to, like, we can actually restart this and you can get quests and stuff like that in there. And this is like not even with like very deep instructions at all. And it's just like somewhat good. And in other ones, I was able to move a bit more. And as you can see, there's like a new dungeon in every role. So that's kind of crazy. But yeah, it seems to be like I'm able to go like right side, but I'm not able to move to the left. And I died, and just like a level, HP, attack, all that. So it can do a lot of these base style of games, which is also very impressive to me. It can also do websites. I think this has been a case for for some time now, but this is like, like if you wanted to do a very, very simple website, like let's say we would have brand name, you know, car machines, audience, car enthusiasts, and playful, sell a product, general, local service, one-liner, buy cars from us, and free car cleaning, something like that. And say 5, 25, 15 euros in USD. So it's able to do generations, and now it's like, hey, we got like a whole menu here, and it's not able to like preview it fully, but like it can do like websites and stuff like that, and you can export the HTML once you're done with it. So that's also pretty nice. One of the more important and more impressive things that I've seen people play around with was this like a Photoshop editor style of a thing. So it's able to do this, and it actually comes with a lot of different things. So there is a whole tool for like text. There's brush. There's move. I can move the text over here, and it has even layers. So this is trying to do a Photoshop clone, and it has even I have a cropping tool. So let's do that. Okay, and now it cropped it. Crop it again. Okay, this cropping tool is not great, and this even has backwards, so I can go undo the things that I did. I can add a new paint layer. I can export the PNG. That's pretty impressive in my opinion. I can just like this is just like create an image, and I can do. So there are a lot of these different things. It can do games. It can do websites. It can do catalogs. It can do even like star maps of like our solar system. I've seen a lot of impressive things done with the new 5.2 model. Some of these things might have been available on the older model. I'm just kind of showing the current capabilities. And if you give more precise prompts, you can get like more better results. Obviously, you can get more precise this and that. And there's a lot more. Your imagination is going to be your limitation. And you can always ask GPT to do stuff more like a redo. um, and it does obviously when you're doing these long things, it's going to be taking you like a couple of minutes to basically generate these things. Just saying. But yeah, that's basically what I have to say about these things. These are not exactly things I'm looking for an AI service. Maybe at some point it will get really advanced, so it's able to do like a lot more detailed websites and interlace and all that type of stuff that I might be interested in. But currently, I don't really see a lot of use for these things. It's more like for demos and showing the tech stuff that's currently able to do. And obviously, there are a lot of use cases here which I might not have thought about. And obviously, they did do an upgrade on the new Sora thing, and that's going to be something we're going to be, looking into in the next video. So, and this website always crashes on me. It's really annoying, but that's going to be interesting to look into some of the newest capabilities on the newest model. But hey, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more reviews on the channel by subscribing and liking. And please comment, what do you think about 5.2? Is it all hype? Is it really underwhelming? Is it not as good as the older model? Are you going to be just using 5.1 or the free versions? Is it worth the money, etc.? Thanks for watching. I will be seeing you in the next video. Cheers.